Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today I am just speaking freely. I have nothing written down. I just have thoughts and feelings that are ruminating, and I feel like it would be nice to just spurt them out at you guys, and maybe something will resonate. Maybe somebody's going through something similar. So yeah, you guys, we're all connected. We're all very similar, okay? We go through a lot of the same things, and I think a lot of times we can just keep them in here, but I think it's actually really helpful to just let it out and connect and feel less alone. I think I might be getting ghosted right now. I think I might be getting ghosted. It's a little early to tell, but it's kind of happening, you guys, and that's okay. It's okay. I have felt really triggered though the last couple of days because I have a major trigger from being fully ghosted. I guess I don't think I've ever been fully ghosted where it's like I never heard from the person again, but I have been in a situation where I was expecting to hear from somebody and then they just kind of like went ghost for like a week or over a week, and it felt very, very hurtful, really confusing, and then they just popped back up like nothing happened. And that was with my ex-boyfriend, who I later found out had another girlfriend, so he was, talking to the other girlie during that time. It made sense later, but I just remember being in such a triggered state during that time that I just was waiting to get that text back. Every text I got, I just was like, oh my God, is this him? Is this him? I had to turn off my text notifications from him because I got so fucking worked up every time I got a text or a call. And my spidey senses would be like, oh, I know this is him this time. And then it wasn't, okay? And then it wasn't him. And I was, it was such a lesson in letting go of control. I think part of it was that, one, it's just really hurtful when you expect to hear back from somebody and then they just don't get back to you at all. And it can definitely make you feel like you makes you want to internalize things. And I just made a video on not internalizing rejection, and really that video applies to just not internalizing anybody's actions or lack of actions. That has been such a major lesson for me this last year, of realizing that really people have issues, okay? People are dealing with their own things, myself included, and my behavior sometimes could reflect something that would make somebody assume that I feel a certain kind of way when I really don't. I never try to do anything malicious, but I also am not the best at communicating. I actually just sent out 2 apology texts in light of what I've experienced in this last year. And now just this coming up again, which obviously it's not nearly as traumatic and painful as it was in past experiences, because I feel like I've already gone through those experiences and I've kind of learned how to deal with it. And I kind of know not to take things personally at this point, although it still is hurtful and sad, and you still have to feel the feelings of disappointment, or just being bummed or hurt, or whatever the case is. But 2 years ago there was a time where I was kind of casually dating a couple of different people, and I was very upfront about that. But I just there was different circumstances. One where I just kind of was in a position that I felt, actually they were kind of similar, where I felt uncomfortable and I just didn't really voice that in the moment. And then I ended up kind of just going a little bit ghost instead of taking the time to just communicate my feelings. And that's a major regret of mine. And so now when somebody's ghosting me, I'm like, girl, maybe this is our fucking karma, because we have done that before too. And granted, I don't know, there's certain situations I would not do that in, that people have done it to me in, but it's still it's all shitty, you guys. And I think if you are not the best communicator, I think we really have to work on that. I'm really, really trying. I feel like I've actually vastly improved this year. I've gotten way better at confrontation. I've gotten so much better at sitting down people in my life and being okay, this hurt my feelings. This is my boundary. Because I think I just didn't like to cause confrontation, or I just felt uncomfortable speaking up. I also have been friend zoned in the last couple of months. And then I also have friend zoned other people, and it was really important to me to really just speak up in that moment. After I went on this date with this person, it was very, very important to me, to communicate clearly to them that, I just don't see a relationship with them, but I think they're a really amazing, awesome person, and you know, would like to be their friend or whatever. You know, it just really felt important to me to communicate and be very clear and upfront with this person, because it just sucks to like not know what's going on, and then it can really easily like make you internalize things and feel insecure or like overthink and wonder if you did something wrong, when generally like that's not really the case, unless maybe you do something really fucked up. But I just think that communication is so important, you guys. It's really, really important. And yeah, I don't know. Basically, I've just been traumatized in the past, and so I think it's just like dealing with the hurt feelings of it, but also just like it triggers my ego and like feeling like I'm out of control of a situation, like not being able to predict what's going to happen. I also think that's just like a big part of casually dating, is that like you don't know if you're ever gonna hear from these people again. Like, you guys, this has been such a journey for me, because I actually consider myself to be somebody that like really doesn't date. I like much prefer to kind of like skip that step and just like ideally meet somebody that's like vetted by mutual friends and just like jump right into like hanging out a lot. And like, I don't know, my perspective has shifted a little bit, because I actually have had some very sweet experiences dating in the last couple of months, and I've met really, really, really cool people that I'm like so happy that I connected with, and had just like very, very sweet moments with people. And I just have really come to realize that like there is no lack of like interesting people in the world, and that is something that I can feel come up, like a fear that I can feel really strongly when I go through a breakup. Not so much now, because I feel like it's really finally hit me that it's like, no, there's so many people out there. But like in my first couple of breakups, and even my last one too, I definitely had some like intense feelings and fears come up of like, I'm never gonna meet somebody this funny again, or I'm never gonna meet somebody that's like this, you know, spiritual in this sense that like, I don't know. I think that just like a lot of like fear and lack thoughts have come up for me in the past, and it's been really, really healing to just go out in the world and realize that there is truly no lack of interesting people. And just like flowers, we're all special and unique. And like, I have gone on dates with like very different people, and also have gone on dates with people like out of my norm, that I would say. I've expanded my preferences, I suppose. And I'm really glad that I have, because like I have met people that maybe like 2 years ago I would have like never even like considered going on a date with, just because of like, I don't know, difference in the way that we dress or our lifestyles or whatever it is. And like now I just like love getting to know somebody and like asking them about their perspective on life, and just kind of like hearing their life story. And I just think that if anything, you make like beautiful friendships and connections that you can like maintain or not maintain, whether it's just like a sweet experience that you have together in the moment and then you never hear from each other. Like, you really have to wear your heart on your sleeve. You really have to be vulnerable. And I feel like that is just life. Like putting yourself out there, meeting people, making out with someone if you want to, and not knowing if you are literally ever going to see or hear from that person again. And it's like not for the weak, especially when you are a fucking lover girl like I am. And I feel like I have a very like lesbian fucking attachment style, not to generalize, but I just like, you guys, I feel like I can fall in love with literally anybody. It's actually fucked up and beautiful at the same time. Yeah, and I'm noticing like I truly just have so much love to give, and I want to give it to everybody, and I try to prioritize, you know, like giving it to my friends, and I definitely, you know, try to do like cute things for my friends and for my roommates and for like my family. Honestly, I really don't do that many cute things for my family. I should. But I don't know. I feel like it also hits different when it's like romantic and you can be like really touchy. And not that you can't do that in platonic relationships. I actually feel so grateful to have like friends that I can cuddle with and hug, and like we just give each other really sweet, gentle touch. Like I have really, really amazing girlfriends. That's not the vibe with all of my friends, but I definitely have some, and I'm so grateful for those people in my life. I love you guys so much. But I also just want to give my love to a romantic partner and just like kiss somebody's face a million times and just be really cutesy and sweetsy. And I just like find myself like I'll meet somebody and then I'll instantly like I'll be out and I'll see something that reminds me of them, and I'm like, oh, I should buy this for them. And I'm like, girl, like, this is gonna come off as overwhelming. Like, you don't really know this person, but I really have to, like, admire that quality within myself and just recognize that, like, when I meet my person eventually, maybe multiple people, I don't know, I really want to start a family and ideally just have, like, you know, somebody that I'm like this with, that, like, just truly gets me and sees me and that I can just, like, have so much fun with. I was listening to Addison Rae's new album, and I think the song is called, like, Summer Forever. She's, like, describing a relationship, and I'm like, I want that. I want that. And also, like, I got out of a relationship, like, not even that long ago. Granted, it was a really weird breakup because it was very on and off for, like, a long time, so I feel like I grieved it, like, way before it even ended, like, multiple times, unfortunately. And it's been, like, a good amount of time. It's been, like, 6 months. And like I said, it kind of ended before that. I don't know. It was murky. It was very murky. Back and forth breakups, yo-yoing, it's so murky. But I really feel, like, over that relationship, and I really feel like I've, like, processed everything that I need to process from that relationship. And I don't feel like desperate to be in a relationship, but also I think, you guys, I am just so tired. I'm so tired of putting myself out there and being ghosted. I've just, like, this whole last year, I feel like has been continual disappointment from men. And I also, like, feel like I'm bi, and I would love to date a girl, experience just anything romantically with a woman. I just haven't had that happen yet. And it's not necessarily from lack of trying, because I match with girlies. I just think that for whatever reason, it just, like, hasn't fallen into place. And also probably, like, because I've had way more relationships with men throughout my life, that kind of just feels, like, easier, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe more of just, like, my default. But I really think that that's just because that's what I've experienced more of, and women feel, like, intimidating, even though I know that we're, like, the most beautiful, magical, sweet creatures in the world. But basically, I just feel like this last year has just felt like continual fucking disappointment from men. Like, getting my hopes up so much, meeting somebody that I really feel like I connect with, and, like, not even necessarily having, like, strong expectations or intense expectations of, like, how things are going to turn out, or of us, like, falling in love. And I've actually been genuinely surprised that, like, I just, yeah, never really, like, dated that much. So I really didn't know what to expect, like, getting on Hinge or going on dates. And then it's like, oh my God, we actually really vibe. Like, I'm having a hard time deciphering, like, I don't know, is this normal that you, like, go on multiple dates and you, like, genuinely, like, really, really vibe with the person, and you get along and you hang out and it feels easy and you laugh a lot? Like, in my head, I used to think that was kind of rare. And now I'm like, maybe this is just really abundant. Maybe it's just so abundant, because I've had multiple, like, wonderful instances with people who I was just interested in continuing to get to know, and then was either, like, friend zoned or, yeah, just, like, kind of, like, ghosted. Also, I did go on a very, very sweet date with a very, very sweet boy, you guys, like, a cowboy. Like, this is what I'm talking about with me expanding my horizons, because I probably wouldn't have gone on a date with a cowboy a couple years ago. And I did, and sweetest human I've probably ever met in my entire life. And he had on very cute cowboy boots. Want to mention, too, that he also was, like, so open-minded and, like, liberal, you know, and, like, kind, because I guess that was my one concern, that, like, he was gonna be a conservative cowboy, because I don't know, that was a fear of mine. But anyways, he wasn't. Okay, he was really accepting and awesome, and goes to therapy and has trans friends and is just, like, the sweetest fucking human in the world. But he lives far away. Anyways, you guys, I've been having, like, I feel like I'm literally on Sex in the City, except, like, not to that degree at all, in my own little way. Which, like, I've been putting myself out there, just, like, getting to know people, and again, don't really have any regrets, but I have learned so much about myself, and what my boundaries for myself need to be, and, like, what I'm able to handle versus not able to handle. And yeah, so I feel like those are things that now I know to implement, which is really good. because I just don't like feeling disappointed. And I just feel like, yeah, as a lover girl, I can just get like more emotionally attached than it seems like these men do. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. And I want to reiterate that like I'm not crazy, and like I'm actually like a very, very chill person. And like I don't know. I don't want to like own anybody, or like I genuinely like really want to take my time to get to know people. I think that like in the past I've like kind of skipped that step and just jumped into being really romantic with somebody right away because we had like very strong like sexual chemistry, and you know, we're really attracted to each other, and then kind of realized later down the line like, oh, we're not really compatible in these ways that are very important. Just in the ways that like we view the world really and stuff like that. And so I really think it's super important for me to like slow down and really take my time to get to know people. I just feel like that hasn't really led to anything. I don't know, you guys, I don't even really know. I think it's also really important to like know your intentions with dating. And like I'm at a point where it's like I just kind of was wanting to get out there and get to know people and be reminded, I suppose, that there are really cool people out there. And I'm not against like anything blossoming into like a relationship, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I've just gotten like my hopes up and then been kind of just disappointed in the way that things have been handled at times. But again, like I can be a terrible fucking communicator too. I'm so bad at texting people back, like really, really bad at it. I'm literally like ghosting this job that I interviewed for, and the family was like so fucking nice. And then I ended up accepting another one, and I was just like too scared to like tell them that like I found another family. And I just feel this like really strong avoidance sometimes when it comes to certain tasks. I'm definitely like sharing so much right now, but like I don't know why. I don't like to let people down, and it's just something I'm working on. And there's been times in my life where I've been better at just like clearly communicating, and then other times where it's just like feels like the most impossible thing. So I really try to not take other people's actions or lack of actions personally, and I don't think that you guys should either, because yeah, that family could be thinking right now like, oh my god, she hated us, whatever. And it's like, no, you guys were lovely, I just suck. I don't know, I get overwhelmed. So I try to have like patience and like understanding for other people as well. But then like, I don't know, under certain circumstances, I feel like you kind of owe somebody a response, or owe somebody communication, or at least that's just like how I feel with like my values. So I don't know, I'm trying to over communicate, you guys. I'm just trying to get better. And like, I guess raise my standards. Like as I get better, raise my standards too. I feel like I can't expect other people to communicate if I don't communicate. So I'm definitely working on myself. And yeah, I think I'm just going to take a break from like trying to go out of my way to meet people, because it just feels like very, disappointing at this point. And I really do trust you guys. Like, I don't know, it really is so interesting to think that like I don't necessarily want to be in a relationship. I'm not against it. I mean, part of me does really want to just like find somebody I can like have fun with and be sweet with. And like I said, I just really am a lover girl, and I've definitely had periods, like long periods of being single in my life. But like my mom and my sister, who like don't date at all, are always judging me because they're saying that I'm just in relationship, and I jump from relationship to relationship, which I actually feel like I don't. I really genuinely know that like I take a lot of time to sit with myself and journal. I do mushrooms. I've been on so many just like healing journeys before, and then just like unexpectedly met somebody, which is why I think it's important, yeah, to be intentional. But you know, it's like sometimes you just end up falling for somebody and you can't control the timing. But if you do know that you need to be single, I think like definitely stick to that intention. But like, I don't know, you guys, like, isn't life supposed to be shared with other people? And I just love love. And I feel like I embody love, and I am love. I know that we are all love, and that we are all completely whole on our own. And it's really important to like know that and genuinely feel that. Which is also why I'm going to do mushrooms by myself tonight, because I know that and I really do feel that. But I'm just like, there probably are ways that I could connect more deeply with myself again that I haven't in a while. But like really, when you meet somebody, it should just be like the cherry on top of your life. And so yeah, I don't want to go out of my way to try to seek something. And again, I really didn't have like strong expectations, or I wasn't trying to seek a relationship with these people. I just was like intrigued, you know. But I think that I'm just going to sit in my feminine energy from now on and just really pour into myself. And really, I think what it is I just want to find somebody that like pours into me as much as I pour into them. I feel like I just really have so much love to give, and I just give it to the wrong people that like just don't reciprocate energy. And I'm faulty of this in friendships as well. I'm trying to get better at setting boundaries and just really, really nurturing the people that like nurture me. And just really like coming from a perspective of gratitude, because it can feel really disheartening when it feels like somebody isn't pouring into you in the way that you want. But it's like, I guarantee if you step back and look at your life, there's people that are in your life, like whether it's family or friends, that just love you and adore you. And I really feel like it's important to hold on to that and to feel gratitude for that, and to not let your lens come from a place of lack because of one person that's not giving you attention that you want it from. Like, you are so loved. There are so many people in your life that love you and support you and pour into you. So maybe just like pull away from the relationships that aren't doing that, and like give your love to the people that are, and kind of radiate that. And yeah, I just want to really focus on myself and just like let the right person come to me. And I really do trust that, like, yeah, my person is out there. I really trust in like the unfolding of my life, and that you know, I'm always like very pleasantly surprised by the people that come into my life, and I feel like things always end up working out even better than I can imagine, just in any kind of situations where I didn't get jobs or I didn't get houses that I really wanted to move to, and it felt like everything was against me, and then in reality, like, something better was around the corner. And so at this point, it's like I just feel no resistance when okay, maybe that's a lie. Sometimes I feel a little bit of resistance, you guys, but now I know, like, I shouldn't. Like, more it's like I have to grieve something that I was excited about. But like, ultimately, I know, because I've been shown so many times, and truly this last breakup like really was like the wake up call I needed, because I felt so much resistance to that relationship ending, and I felt so devastated by it, only to like have so much clarity on the other end that like, holy shit, I was settling in so many ways, or just like it wasn't in alignment in so many ways. And like, my eyes have been opened in so many different ways to just like, people have so many different qualities, and just, you know, there's just really no lack, and that you can meet somebody that like is much more in alignment, or like, you know, operates in a way very similar to you, in a way that's like much more compatible than maybe other people in your life. So and that's no shade to my past relationship, even though he cheated on me and lied profusely. Not trying to say I'm better. It's just, you know, I have never cheated on somebody. I would never cheat on somebody, but just in other like qualities, it's just like, it's not like a I'm better, you're worse kind of a thing. It's just like a compatibility thing. And there are people that will be really, really compatible with you. And so I just feel like, yeah, just resisting that ending for so long, and like pulling tarot cards and having them say like, this person isn't for you, this person isn't for you, and just feeling resistant. And then like, the first person I met after that relationship too, like really enjoying my time with them and being excited about just like potential connection, and then them very quickly kind of shutting that down, which I appreciate, because they actually were honest with me and they actually communicated that to me. And like, that is hard, because like I said, I don't like to disappoint people either, and I know this person didn't want to hurt me, but like, I just so value somebody just being honest and communicating. It's 444 right now. But anywho, you guys, what was I saying? Oh, just like, yeah, cards telling me like, this person isn't going to be your person, and me just being like, but I want them to be, or that doesn't make sense. And then like later having more clarity. So now it's like, okay, if I'm getting these signs that this person like isn't really like pouring into me, or it's not going smoothly, or it's not just like ease filled, then like, it's probably not for me, and that's okay. And I can, you know, feel through the feelings of disappointment or sadness or being bummed or whatever it is. But I just know so deeply that like, what is meant for me will find me, and same for you as well, you guys. So just like keep going. And I think that like, if you're just feeling disappointed like I am, like maybe we just need to be focusing on our fucking selves, you guys. Like I want to move so badly, but I just like, I need to like up my finances so badly. Like I should like quantum leap and really just like take a fucking step up with like the money that I'm making, because I want to live alone. I have a vision of like where I want to live and how I want to decorate, and I just can't really do that with like the funds I have right now and the resources I have right now. So it's like, I know I have to make certain changes in my life to have my outward life reflect like how I'm feeling and what I'm wanting right now, and to kind of like update it. And so I'm like, okay, I need to be focusing on myself and my finances and making these videos that I'm really passionate about, and like building my career. And I also like want to work on my appearance confidence, and I want to feel fit and strong and healthy, and there's habits that I want to work on. So I'm just definitely like returning to focusing on myself, and just being excited about life, and just truly trusting that like the right people are going to come into my life, and just like, yeah, not internalizing anything, and just like allowing myself to still feel like light and excited and confident and hopeful, just really, really hopeful, and just trusting, and really just, yeah, trying to not even feel bitter at anybody for like lack of communication or how they're operating, because, you know, I don't know, I feel like it's really not that serious. Like, it's just, unfortunately, that's just how a lot of people operate, myself included at times, you guys, but I'm getting better. Okay, I sent out apologies, and like that was like 2 years ago that I ghosted people, and I wouldn't do that like romantically these days. Like, I know I'm kind of ghosting this family, but like, I don't know, if I'm intimate with somebody, I'm not gonna fucking ghost them, okay? And like, if I go on a date with somebody, I'm not gonna ghost them. Like, I need to communicate. Dude, I gave my fucking number to some guy at a burrito stand the other day, and I didn't even really, like, I don't know. He was really nice and stuff, and I felt like it was harmless. And he texted me, and I still haven't responded. I just feel like a jerk for even doing that. And I'm like, I owe this guy nothing, but like, I do want to just let him know, like, hey, you're very handsome, you seem very nice, this has nothing to do with you, I'm just like not interested. It takes 2 seconds to do that, and I just feel like that's the nice thing to do. That's where I'm at right now. So you guys, just don't internalize other people's actions, and we just got to keep pushing forward and trust that our people are out there, and honestly give yourself a pat on the back and a little hug for being resilient, sweet little creatures that just like want to give and receive love despite the horrors we have faced in the past. Like, I am always actually amazed at how open-hearted I am, and how like overly trusting I can be, even after going through like really traumatic events where people lie and cheat on me. And I'm grateful I'm not jaded, and I definitely feel way less naive these days, which is really good. Like, you have to integrate, you know, the lessons of like, I was ignoring red flags and stuff like that. But, you know, after those events, I really thought like, I don't know, like my worldview felt very rocked, and I just feel very grateful and, yeah, kind of surprised to be back in a place where I'm like, oh, I'm already just jumping right back into being trusting and loving and like open again. And I think that's a really beautiful thing, as long as you do have like discernment and awareness. I think that's a really, really beautiful and magical thing, and we are all just so resilient and so beautiful, you guys. Also, just thinking about, I was watching Bella Hadid's like chicken shop date the other day, and she's like, no, I've never been ghosted. And I'm just like, girly pop, that must be nice. That must be really nice, because it's rough out here, even for a sweet girl like me, okay? Even for a sweet, loving girl like me. So anywho, I don't know what this conversation was even about. I was actually going to come on here and make a video called Single Until Worshipped, which is also, you know, something really important that like I'm not going to settle. And with this like whole last year of like kind of putting myself out there and like meeting people and stuff, well, not this whole last year, but this whole last year of like disappointment, and then more recently kind of putting myself out there, I just feel like I have been so breadcrumbed and just been given like the bare minimum in like many circumstances, and just like faced so much rejection, which is fine. It truly is fine. But like, yeah, I just know that I will not settle, and that like, when you do see me in another relationship, okay, it will be because this person is fucking amazing and like such a kind, incredible human being that I truly like look up to and admire so much, and like would want to be and embody, and like just somebody that compliments me so well and that I'm compatible with, and that truly like sees me and loves me and values me and cherishes me, and like wants to just kiss the ground I walk on, and where we just both feel so lucky to be together and just like on the same page, and just a lot of mutual respect and admiration. Like, I will not settle for anything less, and I'm not in a rush. I'm really not in a rush. And so I'm just excited to see what's to come. And again, no regrets with this casual dating era. It was really fun while it lasted. Grateful for my experiences. I think it is fun. And like, as long as you know your boundaries and what you can and can't handle, I say go for it. I think you just learn a lot about yourself and other people, and it's just enriching and can be really wonderful. But yeah, you can't control somebody else's actions. So there's that. You're definitely putting yourself out there, and stepping kind of into the unknown. And that can be scary. That can be scary, but as long as you kind of have your own back, then you'll be good. But anywho, you guys, I think I'm done yapping about fucking dating and relationships. And again, you guys, we're so solid and whole on our own. So I think, you know, sometimes there's more of an era in your life where you do want to go out and meet other people, and then you just have to kind of intuitively listen to when your body and your spirit is telling you, okay, now I want to like refocus my energy really back on myself. And of course you never want to lose yourself or like not be focusing on yourself, but I just feel like obviously we go through kind of just different eras of life where different things like resonate at different times, and I'm definitely feeling the call to kind of just, yeah, focus back on me, pour into myself a little bit extra. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how things go and unfold. But anywho, thank you for listening to me yap. I love you guys so much, and you are all beautiful and you are all amazing. And yeah, I'm just excited for us, and I know that our people are out there, our right circumstances are out there, and that things are really going to work out for us. We just have to keep on pushing. But yeah, I love you and you're not alone, and I will see you guys again in a video soon. Okay, take care. I love you. Bye.